Dear students, welcome back to my channel. This video for the students of class 3A. I hope all of you are keeping well. We are in the chapter division, and today we have come up with new topic, that is the properties of division, oral division, and the exercise 5.5, that is in your page number 90. Clear? So let's start with properties of division. So prop 1 means property 1. If a non-zero number is divided by 1, the quotient will be the number itself. Okay, so let's take an example. Suppose I want to divide 56 by 1. So what will you get? 56. Because the property 1 says if you divide any number by 1, you will get the number itself. If it is 3-digit number, 357, and if you divide it by 1, then you will get 357. You can check. At first you have to take 3. So 3 ones are 3. You will get 0. Now bring down 5. So 5 ones are 5, you will get 0, and bring down 7. 7 sevens are 7, and you will get 0 as remainder. So what is your quotient? 357. That means if you divide 357 by 1, you will get the number itself. Okay, it's very easy, and you have to remember this property. Now I am going to the next property. Property number 2. If a non-zero number, who are the non-zero numbers? Except 0. All the numbers are non-zero, right? So non-zero number, when a non-zero number is divided by itself, the quotient will be 1. Okay, so let's take an example. Suppose I want to divide 57 by 57. So what will you get? Obviously 1, because 57 ones are 57. So your quotient will be 1, right? So again, if I divide 39 by 39, you will get 1, because 39 ones are 39. Okay, so when you divide any number means obviously it should be non-zero number. For the number 0, this property will not hold. So remember this. So for the non-zero number, property 2 will be held. Okay, will be held. Okay, and that means if a non-zero number is divided by the number itself, the quotient will be 1. Now I'm going to the property number 3. Property number 3. If 0 is divided by any non-zero number, the quotient is 0. The quotient is 0. That means if you divide 0 by 57, you will get 0. If you divide 0 by 157, you will get also 0. That means if you divide 0 by any non-zero number, then you will get 0. But if I divide, for the example, so if I take 93 and I want to divide 93 by 0, so what will you get? Please remember this, it can't be divided. It means undefined. Okay, or you can say no meaning. Okay, no meaning. That means if you divide a number by 0, it means no meanings, or you can say undefined. Mathematically it says undefined. Okay, undefined. So you have to remember these things. And now we will go to the oral division. Now we will learn division method, but not by doing, it is orally. Suppose I want to divide 553 divided by 10. So how can you tell us what will be the quotient and what will be the remainder? You know, in this case, quotient will be 55 and remainder will be 3. If I take 45 and if I am dividing by 10, so here quotient will be 4 and remainder will be 5. So if you check these problems, you can see that when you are dividing by 10, the last digit of the number, that is the ones place, the digit in the ones place is your remainder. For both case, when you are dividing by 10, the last ones digit is your remainder and the remaining part is your quotient for this 3-digit number. So first 2-digit numbers are quotient and the last ones digit, the digit in the ones place, is your remainder. Similarly, for 2-digit number, the last digit, that means the digit in the ones place, is your remainder, and the remaining part, the first number, is your quotient. Right? If you want to check is it wrong or right, you know how to check, because you know division means dividend means divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, for the question number 1, what I have taken here, the divisor is 10 and quotient is 55 and the remainder is 3. So 55 tens are 550, you know the multiplication, and plus you are adding with 3, so you will get 553. You can check, it is your dividend. Right? That means while dividing by number by 10, the digit at the ones place of the dividend becomes the remainder. Right? So now let's move to the exercise 5.5. Fill in the boxes. Question number 1a, you know the first question is 26 divided by 1. So from property number 1, we can say when you divide a non-zero number by 1, then you can say the quotient will be the number itself. So what will be your answer? 26. Now question number B, 0 divided by 2. So property number 3 says when you divide 0 by any non-zero number, then the quotient will be 0. So here will be 0. Question number C, 60 divided by 1. From property number 2, when you divide a non-zero number by 1, you will get the number, property number 1, obviously the property number 1, when you divide the non-zero number by 1, you will get the number itself. Now D number question. Here you have to find the dividend. That means which number will come in the dividend that if I divide by 1, you will get 25. So here is the only one possibility, that is dividend will be 25, because if you divide 25 by 1, you will get the number itself, right? Because you are dividing by 1. So the quotient and the dividend will be same. When are you dividing by 1? So please remember this. The dividend and quotient will be same when the divisor is 1, right? Now E number. E number is from property number 2. If you divide the number, non-zero number, by the number itself, then you will get 1. Similarly, for question number F, here you have to find the divisor, but here 49, the dividend and the quotient is given. So what you divide by 49, that you will get the number itself. So obviously it will be 1, right? So G, H, I and J, K. K number I am solving. J number and L number please you solve. G, H, I, this is your work, this is your turn. Please go through these properties and try to understand and solve this. Now I'm solving question number K. Here the quotient is 0. The only possibilities is if the dividend is 0, then the quotient will be 0. So here it will be 0. If the divisor is 19, 20, other than 0, okay. If it will come 9 other than 0, something 1, 2, 5, any number, and if you are dividing by, and if you want to divide 0 by any non-zero number, you will get 0. Okay, now I'm going to the next portion, that is question number 2. Divide orally and fill in the boxes. 60 divided by 10. So what will be your quotient? 10 6 is 60. So here it will come 6. Or you can say, when you are dividing by 0, the digit in the ones place will be the remainder. That means what will be your remainder? 0. And what will be your quotient? 6. When the remainder 0 is coming, that means the number is completely divisible by the number. And you can check, if you multiply 10 by 6, you will get 60. That means 60 is completely divisible by 10. That's why the 6 is coming. Only the quotient and remainder is 0. So similarly, B number question. If you are dividing by 160 by 10, this is also completely divisible by 10. And you can check the digit in the ones place will be your remainder. That means 0. It means what will be your quotient? The remaining part, 16. So in this box 16 will come. Or you can say in another way, 10 16 is 160, right? C number. C number, divide orally and fill in the boxes. Because you are dividing by 10, so the last digit in the ones place, that is 2, it will be remainder. R for remainder and Q for quotient, and quotient will be 487. So quotient will be 487 and 2 will be their remainder. D number you can solve, E number you can solve, F number you can solve now. Okay, now G number also you can solve. I am solving only H and I. H and I. Since you are dividing by 10 and it is given 3864. Okay, so Q will be, Q means quotient. Quotient will be the first 3 digit, because the last digit in the ones place will be remainder, that is 4. For the question I, 299, you can say 299 is your quotient and the last digit in the ones place, that is the 1, will be its remainder. I think you understood all the things, all the properties and exercise 5.5. Please go through this video and try to learn what I am doing, and please do it by yourself, because learning is important, right? So thank you for this session, and next day we will come up with a new chapter, and in this chapter exercise 5.6, that is the word problems, I will give you the PDF. Okay, thank you.